Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episode, we watched 2 episodes of Dragon Ball. Surprise, surprise. Those episodes being episode 62 and 63, Sacred Water and the Return of Goku. In Japan, the episode Sacred Water came out on May 13th, 87, and the original air date was November 5th, 2002. Whereas on the Return of Goku, it was May 20th, 87, and November 6th, 2002. So it seems like they might have taken a break for a movie or something there, and then they jumped back in on showing them day to day after taking like a week off in America. So, yeah, they got that binge culture down back in the early 2000s. Wow, there is not much when it comes to differences and stuff on this first episode. Differences from the manga. It was not raining in the manga when Korin told about the afterimage, and this is from the flashback, you know.
Yeah.
And about seeing through the afterimage, you know. And then in the manga, it's after Korin sees through the afterimage that he throws the Dragon Ball from the tower. In the anime, this happens the following morning. So it seems like it's almost immediately after when he does it in the manga.
In the manga,
Yeah.
it's not raining, whereas like I think they waited till it wasn't raining in the anime.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because that would make it easier for Goku to plausibly say that Goku can climb it faster.
Yeah.
Because there's no rain, he's not worried about his steps. It's the same, you know. Additionally, it was during this scene that Goku was given the Senzu Beam, whereas in the manga, he was given it before Korin tells him about Master Roshi. Mm. In the manga, when Goku climbs the tower for the second time, Korin is awake on his return and told him that he's made progress. I'm able to make it in only 3 hours. In the anime, Korin thinks this to himself and pretends to be asleep when Goku returns. The scene of Tao realizing Goku survived the Dodon Ray isn't in the manga. And in the manga, Goku's second day of attempting to retrieve the water is not shown. In the anime, it is, and during the night, he's shown to take another look at Kamehameha through the water and learn how to mimic Korin's moves in the sleep. In the trivia, before killing the tailor, Tao offered him the chance to have someone killed by his hand in exchange for the services in the manga, and in the original Japanese anime. While he simply tells the tailor that he's offered him only contempt in the Funimation dub.
Yeah, I think the Funimation dub was trying to like tone down Tao in that moment. It sounds like.
Yeah, because Tao was like, "Yeah, you can survive, but you're gonna have to pick somebody to die."
Yeah, and Funimation dubs is like, Tao just basically kills that dude.
Yep.
But they try to hide it really well by making him like semi-grown.
Yeah.
And try to hide it like, oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, he hit that right before you pass away peacefully.
Yeah.
Differences from the manga for the next episode is the scene where Commander Red is watching Tao and having annoyance with Black is not in the manga, obviously. I think we could probably tell in that. In the manga, after Upa throws the axe at Tao, the former, Upa doesn't charge at him. Tao trips him immediately after dodging and strangles him. When Goku explains how he survived the Dodon Ray in the anime, Tao says, "See, just as I thought," in reference to that he surmised it in the last episode. And with the previously mentioned scene, it isn't in the manga. There he just says that Goku must have gotten lucky. Tao expressing the surprise that Goku countered his punch with his knee isn't in the manga. Upa noticing the difference between Goku and Tao's last battle isn't in the manga. When Goku bounces off Korin Tower and back towards Tao in the manga, he manages to hit Tao and kicks him into the ground, once again ruining his outfit. The anime has Tao dodge the initial strike, which causes Goku to land into the tree, and then they trade blows for a while until Goku manages to knock him into the ground, ruining the outfit.
Just extended the fight a few scenes.
Yeah. The scene at the Kame house where Bulma's building all the stuff isn't in the manga. It's also shown that Bulma has taken back the microband, which was never shown in the manga. Which, I mean, makes sense that she would get that back, you know. Don't want to have him running around, you know.
Yeah.
In the manga, when Tao gets out of the hole, his outfit is tattered and he rips it off. In the anime, the outfit is just gone. You know, like the top of it's gone.
Yeah.
Tao never attempts to climb the Korin Tower to drink the water in the manga. There he continues the fight, never once thinking that Goku is too strong for him, only to see the truth when Goku allows him to attack in order to get a sense of fighting style. In the trivia, Goku got part of his hair cut off while Tao was using a sword, It seems to grow back by the end of the episode, despite blank from the future. After Red insults him for not knowing to hand him the former his cigar, Black is shown getting annoyed. This may be a hint that deep down that Black doesn't fully respect the commander, which will blah 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 blah, blah saga. And that is all the trivia and differences we have. So previously on Dragon Ball, Goku spends 3 days training vigorously behind Korin, running up and down the tower at least one time, and just jumping at him, wasting a lot. It seems like almost like not time wasting, but just training vigorously without realizing it, just for him to finally get the water. And that water is so powerful that it gives Goku 3 times his strength. Just kidding, it's regular old water, but all the training gets him 3 times his strength. He goes down the tower, ready to confront Tao, and Tao also is ready to confront Goku because he's mad that he survived the first time. And Tao gets his booty handed to him easily. I don't think Goku gets hit more than like 3 times in the episode. And at the end, Tao is like, well, you got stronger from drinking the water. Wonder how strong I'll get from drinking the water. And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
I really had fun watching both these episodes. And that's kind of how I always start these out, is like kind of give you an idea of how much fun I had watching them. And these were good. These are another group of 2 solid episodes. It's also, if my memory serves me right, the first time we've had a serious fight extend beyond 1 episode, which I know is a theme in this. That is one of the funny haha memes about like Dragon Ball and beyond. Is there comes a point in time where you'll have 1 serious fight last countless episodes.
Yeah,
this is the first time this has happened.
Yeah,
but technically, the fight will not pick up immediately in the next episode because he's running up the tower.
Yeah.
Or theoretically, it's not.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like almost like if you're playing like a fighting game, like a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. That was round 1, and then round 2 will start when whatever happens in the next episode.
Yeah, whatever happens as he's climbing the tower or gets to the top or whatnot. Yeah. I also would like to point out this is a classic trope in these episodes of, the MacGuffin that you've been fighting this entire time technically doesn't do anything, because what the MacGuffin does was all the fighting to get it is your power increase.
And it's like the same thing as like we talked about in the last episode when they introduced this MacGuffin, this sacred water that was going to raise your power. We talked about that. We brought up the Dragon Scroll from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Like we brought up all of
it's that classic
the
trope.
Plot of like the power was within you all along. You just had to achieve it, and then once you've achieved it, like there's nothing else to teach you. You're just going to you have the power now because you work to get it. You know?
It's like the infinite power isn't given to you because you got it. Like now that you've got it, the power increase is given to you because you had to work to get it.
Yeah, because you had to put in the effort, the strain.
And also, it's impressive that Goku was able to get it in 3 days, pointing out that, that's some mathematical equation of numbers.
Yeah, because it took
better than Roshi that I'm too lazy to do right now.
It took Roshi 3 years, and it took Goku 3 days.
Which is like 3 years
is whatever the math. But Jesse's pulling out the calculator for this. But it is just insane to see how fast and how much like quicker he got to these like points. But it also makes sense because we all know that Goku isn't human, he is an alien. So like because of his alien abilities, he's able to like get faster or get stronger faster, being able to improve faster.
And so Roshi did it in give or take 1,095 days.
Yeah,
which is the total of
matters that there's a leap year in there.
Yeah, but going off of what leap years every 4 years,
or if do we even know if the Dragon Ball universe has a leap year?
Yeah, but like just going off of just basic 3 years, not with no leap year, 1,095 days.
Yeah, or 96 if there is one of those, because you wouldn't have it more than once. Yeah. So yeah,
so we'll just say roughly like 1,095.
Yeah, so almost like 1,100 days.
Yeah.
And Goku does it in 3 days. So.
Yeah. So he does it in some small fraction of the time.
Yeah, like 0.0000 whatever 2% of the time.
Because 3 years,
3 days.
There's 3 days. Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
a whole gang.
But it is crazy to see him do it, and like he is alien. He isn't of this earth. Like a lot of that stuff is going to be easy for him to. Stuff is going to come easier, but he also works his tail off, and he's just naturally good at this stuff.
And like some of the tests that Korin does with him is like, he fakes being asleep, and Goku's like, nah, this isn't the way I want to do it, and he like sleeps, and like Korin makes a note like, oh, honor's not dead. Like this is like honesty and honor's not dead.
Like he's like, I wasn't actually asleep, but if he'd we would have kept training if he tried to get it, but the fact you let it go. Man, this guy's like
because
cool.
he didn't want to do it, and he wanted to do it like mano a mano. He wanted to do it in a fair fight.
And unlike because he said he'd never been surprised by somebody doing that before.
Yeah, he said he hadn't been surprised in like 600 years.
Yeah, and that's like then Roshi did try to when the similar test was put upon him. Roshi tried to take it while he was asleep.
From what we know about Roshi,
doesn't surprise.
That's
us.
the least surprising fact about Roshi. That we
Roshi tried to cheat to win.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have thunked it? But yeah, it just go again. These that first episode goes a lot into showing you like where Goku why Goku is such an enduring character historically, like through all shows and history, is because there's other times where people point from in the future in different arcs where people point out how stupid Goku is for doing things the way he does them, and to a certain extent, he's not. Those complaints aren't unwarranted.
Like he is the classic protagonist of I'm gonna let the villain monologue because it'd be rude to punch him in the face while he's talking.
And it's also
it's like yeah, that's a dumb trope. But also when you look at the entire category and all of the evidence we have about Goku, it's the most Goku thing to do is let the villain finish talking.
Yeah.
Or let the person he's fighting finish talking, whether they're a villain or it's like a tournament arc or whatever.
And we know this, from other times where it's like one person at a time fights, Yeah. They don't gang up. That's just like kind of how the universe works in this world. And that's part of just Goku's honor system is just it wouldn't be fair if 8 of us attacked you. Let's do it one at a time. It wouldn't be fair for you to be weakened and then the next person come in. Let me heal you, Yeah. And at this point, the universe is not at stake, Like, if Tao kills Goku here and gives the Dragon Balls to the Red Ribbon Army, it's not like Commander Red is going to blow up the Earth. He's gonna make himself King God or something.
It's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck, but it's not the end of the world.
People will survive and persevere.
Yeah.
And odds are there will come another group of people who might rise up and actually beat it.
Krillin and Roshi still exist, and Krillin, Goku's obviously above Krillin, but if Krillin could take Red, Krillin basically he's weaker than
the biggest obstacle for Krillin and Roshi would still be Tao at this point.
Yeah.
That we know of the known universe.
Yeah, because Blue's now dead.
Because Korin's not going to find anybody, and Korin's probably one of the newer, stronger characters.
Yeah, he'd be a protagonist.
He would be helping.
Yeah, he'd be like, Krillin, get up here. Let's train you now. Goku's dead. Let's train you.
Just go down the line. Who's the next heir to the Roshi throne?
Yeah. It's Krillin. It's the bald one.
He might even take Ox King. He's like, come on, man.
Come on, Yamcha. I know you didn't train underneath Roshi, but we need all the help we can get here.
He's like, I know your ×3 isn't that maximum, but you're still one of the better fighters on the planet. Right
Come
now.
on, Oolong. You can do this. You can transform. You can do this. Get up here, pig.
There's a meme where I found where this kid gets transported to a fantasy land, and these 2 fairies say, "Quick, you're the only person that can stop the evil king. Take this and this," and he gives him a bunch of armor and swords, and then he just gets disintegrated in 10 seconds. That's what it is. Korin's like, come on, one of you guys can't get disintegrated.
Yeah, one of you guys has got to be able to win this match. But and that just goes to show why he's enduring. To get back on track. It's just that Goku can handle. He know and the thing is deep down Goku knows that it's almost like he's got the Deadpool fourth wall breaking ability where he's like, I'm in no danger in this moment of actually dying, and I know that if I can stop him at any point. So why not have just a little bit of fun? The world's not at stake, you know.
A lot of the times, and then I do know there does come points where Goku does lock in.
Yeah, like even in this episode, I wrote it down in my notes. He just, they're having a little, like, him and Upa are like laughing. It's in the next episode 2, where him and Upa are like laughing. He's like, "Haha, good thing you're alive, Upa. Stay on the cloud." And just like he goes from like smiling to just like serious face.
Yeah, it's like, and there's nothing more intriguing in this show, it seems, than when like you see Goku lock in, where you're like, oh, Goku's gone serious mode.
Yeah, Goku is mad now.
Yeah, or maybe not even mad, but just like he knows he needs to like actually focus a little bit.
Yeah. We skipped over it in the first episode, but we finally get sensu beans. Yeah. Those are gonna. I'm sure you've heard of a sensu bean.
I know of it. I don't know like the full extent of it that well because I've never watched the show. But
you've heard of sensu beans.
Sensu beans are talked about all the time.
Yeah.
And obviously in this episode, we find out they can keep you full for 10 days.
Yeah. Sensu bean! That's for you guys who've watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, that's a catchphrase of the character in that show. Because later on, he just becomes the guy who brings the sensu beans to the fight. It's like, all right, everybody, we're all beaten up pretty badly. Sensu bean! Sensu bean! It's like he's like the medvac type of character, like the healer in a MOBA, and here's a sensu bean for you, and here's a sensu bean for you.
But that's not what we're watching right now.
It's not what we're watching right now, but down the line, just to give you a heads up,
I do like to point out, like looking at my notes, it's like Korin is such a cat, by the way.
Yeah.
Like when he throws the Dragon Ball off the tower, even though it's for training purposes, it's such a cat thing to do. It's like this thing's on my table. I don't want this.
Yeah, push. No. Oh, dang it, Korin, why'd you throw
I'd also
it
like to point
tower?
out when we get the flashback in the pot, like at night in the first episode.
Yeah.
Angry Launch is doing the yoga.
I know. I saw that too, and I saw you write it down. I knew you were going to bring it up. So,
dude, I was like, they actually got Angry Launch to do stuff.
Yeah, Angry Launch is like, sure.
Or it's an animation mistake, but I don't think it's an animation mistake
because it wasn't brought up in trivia.
Because it wasn't brought up in trivia, and also like when you zoom in to like Bulma, Roshi, and then Launch is kind of on the side.
Yeah.
Launch does have like the Angry Launch face, like resting bee face.
Yeah, I noticed that like a lot of the mannerisms.
I don't think that was an animation. That was a purposeful animation,
yeah.
Which does point out like at least Angry Launch seemingly getting more along with people on the island.
And I think part of that has to do with the fact that Bulma's there. So Launch doesn't feel like she's the only woman, you know.
Yeah, there's that, and also I would us like to assume that it seems like no one can leave or no one really wants to leave right now.
Yeah,
the island.
It feels like a shared consciousness thing a little bit between Blue and Yellow Launch, you know, because like they are
aware of each other.
Yeah, and so maybe it's like, well, they're not trying to take advantage of Blue Launch, so like I can play along with their silly games. Plus, Bulma's here and Roshi's oogling at her and not me, so I can feel more secure to let my guard down a bit, you know.
Yeah, but it was a fun little moment of like, oh, she's like cooperating with the group and not trying to shoot them constantly.
One thing I had kind of forgotten about was the fact that there was a 3-day time limit on this.
Yeah.
Because like Tao was coming back in 3 days, and it's like Goku is feeling the stress of I have to get this done in 3 days, even though he doesn't really know that the 3 days is the limit. You know, he's like, I need to get this done as soon as possible, and it just easily works out that he does it in 3 days because of the Tao thing.
Yeah.
Where Tao's like, I'm waiting for my suit. I'm not going to go out without my suit. I'm going to get this suit before I do anything. And Red's like, no, just go do it. And he's like, no, I'm going to get my suit. Dang it.
You want me to do it naked?
I'm not going to show up naked. I need
my
suit.
You want me to do it in like a crappy little robe? That's not going to happen. I got to get my suit. My fighting suit's on.
Yeah. I also just like, Tao sucks.
Tao is an impressively well written villain.
Yeah,
like it's just you hate him so much, but also at the same time you do slight respect there for him.
Yeah.
Where it's he's a very bad person.
He says a racial slur in the next episode.
Yeah, he
Which,
says some bad things.
Not hard to see what my worst part was going to be.
Yeah.
But it's the racial slur, in case you were wondering.
He does impressively bad things, but at the same time, you do respect him because you do know deep down, this man is a problem.
Yeah.
And you respect him for the power level. You don't respect him for anything else. There's no other redeemable quality.
Yeah.
Honestly, the power level, not even that much of a redeemable quality. Owen Encounter does that.
Yeah, because it's
but it's enough to make you be like, this guy is a problem that Goku has to deal with. Because he's one of the first real problems that Goku has faced, where he actually has to take time to get better.
Yeah, because normally he just kind of plows through. He plowed through all the
he's joking, and then he has to lock in for a second.
Yeah,
I think Blue, right?
Yeah, with Blue.
Yeah, Blue is one of the first moments where you saw him fully have to lock in to actually beat him.
Yeah.
But he never had to take a time to train. He was always better than him. He just had to stop messing around.
Yeah.
This is the first time where not only did he have to stop messing around, he had to stop and go do a training arc. Yeah. And then keep not messing around. Yeah.
And the thing that made me point out that Tao sucks is the fact that he just kills the shopkeeper. And not only is he this suit should be free, and then the shopkeeper's like, okay, don't kill me, and he's like, no, I'm gonna kill you anyways, because why would you think I was gonna?
You've made me so mad, you're dead now.
Yeah, and it's come on, man. And then in the next episode, he's like, I'm gonna find a whole new tailor, and it's like,
how hard it's gonna be.
It wouldn't be that hard if you didn't kill the last tailor. I bet if you paid him handsomely, he'd be like, oh yes, I'll make an extra, you know. But that just doesn't cross his mind at all.
But he's also leaving with the thought process that I'm gonna kill Goku in 3 punches.
Yeah.
Not in the thought process I might come back and get a new suit.
Yeah. And then this is where it's I pointed out that I love these two guys because we start out with Red and Black, and I just love because I thought they were playing rock paper scissors too, and so did Black, and so did you. And then Red's like, "No, I want my cigar."
It's give me my cigar.
And it's
rock beats scissors.
Yeah. Haha, I won. Rock beats scissors. I want my cigar, man. I can't believe you made it this far with such little brain power.
I guess we do have to acknowledge, once they start fighting and he blocks it, blocks the punch with his knee, Goku does make one pretty funny joke. He's that's all I need. Get it? Need?
Yeah, because he blocked it with his knee, so that's all he need. Yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, Tao with the racial slur, calling Upa a savage, just really, I was like, oh man,
yeah, savage.
I was like, well, there's my immediate.
But it's also one of those things where you see Tao as a character, and you're like,
yeah, this guy says racial
probably
slurs.
Probably the least surprising thing that could have happened come out of his mouth.
He says a racial slur, and it's like, oh yeah, that tracks. You're a bad guy. You're gonna say a racial slur.
You're a horrible person.
Yeah,
it does hit you hard, out of nowhere. Now, on the tier list of racial slurs that could have came out of his mouth, or racially insensitive things that could have came out of his mouth, pretty low down.
Yeah, but it's still one, and it's still
But it's still not. I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm just saying, as far as it's a child friendly way to make him say something, I guess is the way to put it. Because you're just trying to be a family friendly show at this point.
Yeah, but it still sucks, I'm just like, oh, come on.
But then you also look at the context of when this came out, and it was written and animated, and people probably didn't even really bat an eye to it. It's the same reason why we sit here, we're always...
Well, we praised Upa and Bora when they first showed up, because it's like, hey, look, you didn't do the racial thing.
Yeah.
And then it's they saved it.
Or it's like the same reason where, we're always complaining about the whole, Bulma getting sexualized and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's for the time, people probably didn't bat that much of an eye, especially, in Japan. No offense to Japan. Probably more so in America, which is why they censor a lot of it. Mm-hmm. But it's you would like to think that even back then it hurt some people.
Yeah. And speaking of them sexualizing Bulma, then probably my runner-up for worst part.
Yeah, knowing what you're taking, this is what I'm taking.
It's where Roshi has a perv moment, and it's one of the ones that are probably one of the worst ones for him. But it also has some of the funnier payoffs. There are some funny jokes in this scene because mid-fight they cut to Roshi and the gang all hanging out, and Bulma's building some sort of spy drone device to go check out what Goku's doing.
It's basically like a news helicopter.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not getting nearby Goku anymore.
But for Goku.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't want to be close to Goku. I don't want to be around him because last time he got the Road and Army 6 on us. I had a really bad day, probably the worst day I've ever had.
Probably the worst day I'll ever have for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You like to hope that's as bad as it gets for the rest of your life, I guess I should say.
And so I'm not getting near him anymore. F that. I'm going to build a spy drone to like follow him around and see what he's doing. And Roshi's like, oh, look at that. You're getting so smart and well put that. And yeah, just staring straight at her in a not nice way. Mm-hmm. And then Bulma smacks the crap out of him.
Staring straight at her, what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
And also makes a comment about like her
you've grown and matured and it's gross and
what
nasty.
What sucks the most is that I think what hurts the most in the scene as well is like, should you expect that from Roshi? But it's the way Nice Launch responds, because Nice Launch doesn't even bad, she's like, what are you doing, Bulma? Why are you so mad at Roshi?
Yeah, and then
Bulma goes on her whole
rant about like
justifiable.
The only part of my technology you've ever paid attention to is the microband, and we all know what that's for. And that's when Launch walks out and is like, huh?
And that's why you were trying to get Launch to take a bath. And then Roshi's like, oh look, Goku.
Yeah, and that's the part that's kind of funny. He's like, oh look, Goku. And Goku too.
Actually, I should say that's Goku too, and his mom.
Yeah,
that's why I named him. When everyone falls down.
Yeah, and then luckily that's all we see of them in this episode. Yeah. So we jump right back into the fight. And
I mean, I will say it kind of knew as soon as they popped back up, and Bulma was in the shot, and everything. Like, oh, he's gonna have a moment.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Roshi.
We're flashing back because we got to hit our quota for Roshi moments.
Yeah, we haven't had. He's been absent from the last few episodes. We got to get him in there. He was in the last episode.
Quick, running low.
It's like it does feel like they have a quota of perverted moments.
Animated.
Yeah, it feels like they have a quota of perverted moments they got to throw in this show. We haven't had one in 4 episodes. Come on.
Probably longer than that.
Well, I think since like the last arc, because this was like Roshi's shown up a couple of times, but he hasn't done anything bad. Yeah. It's been in like the past or the present.
Because the last 2 episodes that we watched, he like shot the Kamehameha wave across the ocean.
Yeah.
As like he's saying, like, Roshi, it took Roshi 3 years.
And he's like, I haven't seen this type of rain since. There's no way Goku's doing that, huh? It's it's been a while since Roshi's had a perv moment, and honestly, it feels like there might not have been one since Bulma's bad day or an episode or the episode or 2. But after that, when Roshi's like picking on Launch with the microband, I don't think since then we've had one. Because when they went back to Roshi, like he didn't really do anything like that, and then we haven't really had him in the episodes to do a whole lot, you know. But with all that, it's just the fight. Going back into the episode, the fight choreography is pretty good. They have a lot of good fight scenes in this show, and you get to see them all go at it. Okay.
So I just thought, I was like, wait, I could just do that and figure out the number. So.
Yeah. He looked up the number for it. It was like 0.27% of the time for Goku to get to the top of the tower. Yeah.
To get the water at the top of the tower that it took Roshi to do.
But back to what I was saying.
My brain, that was a bit of my ADHD. Like, you know what? I'm still hung up on that number. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
I want to be smart.
Yeah, but the fight scenes in this part were between Tal and Goku. They're pretty good. Dude, it's choreographed.
It was a well done fight, even though like for all intents and purposes, it was an absolute like blood mauling fight by Goku. It was a great way to extend this epic moment out.
Yeah. And the thing for me about it was that it felt like, obviously Goku had it in hand, but also that Tal wasn't like giving it to him at the same time, It was like, yes, like Goku was winning, but he was winning in like chip damage. He wasn't like landing a crucial blow. I think you got one real good hit on him, which was knocking him into the ground. Yeah, knocked him into the ground
and
one.
then like the one that knocked him into the ground.
Yeah.
There's like one of them that they played like thrice.
Yeah.
There's a couple more they like played a little extra.
Yeah. But that was like the only one that really felt like it was like I'm
like he got a good one.
Yeah. Because, like, he blocks the Dodon Ray, which is cool to think of. You know, he's able to, like, catch it in his hands.
It's a great way to show, like, how much he improved in just 3 days.
Because that thing, like, as, like, Tao says, he's like, nobody's ever survived my Dodon Ray. And the only reason why he survived last time was because he got, you know...
It hit right on the Dragon Ball.
Hit right on the Dragon Ball. But this time, Goku just, like, catches it. And I thought he was going to do, like, I thought he was going to do the...
Like, a kind of swing it back at him.
Yeah, like the catch and reverse. Or I thought maybe we're going to have, like, a Ray battle where he shoots the Kamehameha into the Dodon Ray. But that
he catches it and then powers it. Uses that extra boost to, like, boost the Kamehameha or whatever.
Yeah, he puts the Dodon on top of the Kamehameha and shoots it as, like, a launch. Yeah, but none of that happens. He just catches it and he just takes it, and it's like he doesn't even
like
really
burns
bother
his
him.
hands, and that's
he's
about
like,
it.
"Ow, that hurt," and he's like, "Oh, ow, that hurt. What do you mean, ow, that hurt? You're supposed to be dead." Oh, Llama, you're supposed to be dead. And
It's just poison. The poison for Goku.
Yeah, and there's so many good parts like this. It felt like a 3-act fight, you know, like a 3-act structure of a fight, where you have the warm-ups where they're just hitting each other. Then you have them like, you know, they bust out their rays,
deep down.
Yeah, and then you know Tao's like, well, I'm losing, so I might as well get my sword out.
Yeah.
And so
then Upa's like, oh, I need to give Goku the power pole.
And so Upa jumps off the cloud and runs in and grabs
it hurts his butt when he lands.
And runs and grabs Goku the power pole, throws it over there. Goku breaks the sword in half with the
one
power
hit.
pole.
In one hit with the power pole, the sword just snaps in half. And then Goku, again, kind of showing the honor and how he fights like on an even playing field. He's like, I don't need a weapon to beat you.
Yeah, even though the weapon would easily make this fight over.
And this is where Tao goes, okay, I gotta try something. Oh, I can climb the tower. And so then Goku charges into, theoretically, like what we can guess, was Goku finally be like, okay, let's finish this down.
I'm going to knock you out or kill you.
And so Tao takes that opportunity to kick a rock not aiming at Goku, but Goku kind of like dodges a little out of the way.
And it's going straight
at Upa. And Goku's like, oh, I have to save Upa. And he saves Upa, destroys the TP, and then he turns around, like both him and Upa turn around, and now Tao's like partway up the tower and leaving.
And Goku's just like, well, I guess we just have to wait down here for him to come back.
I don't really want to chase him and fight him up there.
And that's where we leave this fight.
And that's where we leave these 2 episodes.
Yeah, because that's all she wrote. Yeah.
That's the next time on Dragon Ball.
Yeah. And so, Jesse, I guess where we're going to jump into next is your predictions. And I will say you went pretty good. We talked about this a little bit off camera or off mic.
While we were watching the episode, I was like, I think I've got all but the final prediction right?
Yeah, because his 3 predictions, in case you don't remember from last week, was Goku is going to get the water. He did. Goku comes back to fight Tao again. He does. Goku wins the fight. That's the one we kind of were picking. It's picking straws. Like Goku won round 1 of the fight, but
my,
it's a
my thought process on it. So this is me being totally honest and being, like, this kind of shows you how honest I'm going to be with these predictions. When I made that prediction, it was more meant as he knocks Tao out and wins.
Yeah.
Though Goku did technically win this fight because Tao retreated and forcing retreat is a win.
Yeah.
I'm not counting the prediction as the correct because that was not the win I was predicting.
Yeah, that wasn't what he was actually saying.
That was not the spirit of the prediction.
Yeah, he wasn't saying Goku's going to win the fight by a technicality.
I'll take a 2 out of 3.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 out of 3 for
I guess what is it? A TKO or knockout?
Yeah, TKO, knockout, death, whatever way you want to think about it.
Goku probably wouldn't kill Tao.
Yeah. And so jumping into the next 2 episodes, Jesse, we have episode 64, The Last of Mercenary Tao, and episode 65, Confront the Red Ribbon Army. Jesse, what do you think are going to happen in the next episode?
I think we can just keep the whole Goku beats Tao.
Goku beats Tao.
on that prediction. With the same thought process, like he beats him in the fight, knocks him out.
Yeah.
And then he makes sure that Upa's okay, gets the Dragon Balls back, and then he takes off to go get the last of the Dragon Balls back from the Red Ribbon Army.
Okay, so after he beats Tao, he goes to get the rest of the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Maybe I'll throw in the like side prediction of the way he's able to find the Red Ribbon Army hideout is the spy drone that Bulma built arrives on scene and then like leads him with the onboard Dragon radar.
Okay.
To find the Red Ribbon hideout. Because Goku doesn't have a Dragon radar, does he? Does he still?
I don't know if he does or not. I don't think it ever got broken, but it might have been in the bag with Tao. Because I think Tao took the other Dragon Balls that were in the bag.
For some reason, my brain's telling me it's been so long since we've seen it because we've been focused on what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think he doesn't have a Dragon radar, so I'm gonna leave that in there.
Because he had Turbo from the stupid Penguin Village.
Yeah.
Built the radar for him, and then he doesn't.
I'm gonna go with what my brain remembers because it's. I mean, because
he
peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
It's probably been about a month since we watched that episode.
Yeah. So
the last episode where the Dragon radar appeared in Goku's hand.
Well, yeah, because Goku uses it to find Bora and Upa.
Yeah.
And then Bora dies. Then we've gone up the tower, gone back down the tower. Goku almost died. I think it's in the. And
we had a bulk a couple episodes because I was doing a thing.
And we're working on bulking a few episodes because I'll be doing a thing. Yeah. Probably by the time this episode comes out next week, I'll be in Seattle. But yeah, so we're a little bit behind on some stuff, but
this episode will come out while you're still here because you're going the last.
And that's why I said next week I'll be in Seattle. Because the week after this comes out.
Yeah, so the next podcast episode you listen to will be the extra episode we're recording right now.
Yeah.
After this one.
Yeah. But,
just to peek behind the curtain because we don't care.
Trying to follow the timeline with the radar, he goes straight from the stupid Penguin Village to Bora Upa. He has the radar.
Where he shows up just in time to stop the Red Ribbon from doing their thing.
And then Tao shows up.
He one-shots, what is it?
Yellow. Yeah. Yeah, and then Tao shows up on the scene, kills Bora. Seemingly kills Goku, but he survives. But at that point, he takes the bag with the other 3 Dragon Balls, which means he probably has the radar. Yeah. Because we don't see it on Goku's person. We haven't seen it since that fight. So it's either Tao has it and doesn't know what it is.
I think for some reason my brain's making it up or it actually happens. Where he does point out he has the radar as well. Mm. When he finds out he doesn't have the extra Dragon Ball, he figures out.
Oh yeah, well maybe radar. He does, but
he has another thing. But I don't know. Well, I'm just going to stick with the whole spy. Like the spy. I think the spy drone shows up regardless.
Okay.
But maybe not for like the purpose of leading him where he needs to go.
Okay. And so, Jesse, with that, I'll go back through them real quick. You say Goku's going to beat Tao, and then Goku goes to get the rest of the Dragon Balls, and Bulma's spy drone finds the Red Ribbon Army hideout. So with that, those are your predictions. So quickly, what is your worst part of the episode? I'll let you go first.
Because I know what you really want to pick. I'm just going to go ahead and it's the Broshi moment. It's kind of setting a precedent of like, unless there's like an extra egregious moment where like
a racial slur,
like a slur and things like that, or like a racially charged moment or whatever. Yeah. If there's a perverted moment, Roshi or not, obviously, we're gonna pick it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not like
this is if we're power ranking Roshi perv moments. This is maybe like mid to bottom mid.
But out of these episodes, I mean, there's really only 2 glaringly. I guess 3 glaringly like bad moments, but the third glaringly bad moment is when he kills the shopkeep, and that's just like, well, it's bad. It's bad in of like, well, it's in character because he's a villain,
and it's not unnecessary like the slur, the racially charged
or the perv moments.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it is in character for Roshi to have a perv moment, but that doesn't mean that we're going to excuse it. Especially when we don't have a lot else to pick on. It's going to be Roshi.
And it's also less excusable because Bulma is still a child.
Yeah. As we know from her bad day, she is a child. Okay, and yeah, Jesse called it. I have it's going to be the racial slur. Calling a Native American a savage is never going to be okay, and it really upset me.
Especially for like again, a little peek behind the curtain. We are both Native. We're both white guys. But we are both Native.
I'm pretty sure I like outwardly said "oof" when he said it because it was like, oh, that one.
And we also no secret, we live like in
the
middle of like Native American country. So we not only do we have that in our blood, we know people intimately who are also heavily that. Like,
Yeah.
there's a store near us that just sells like Native American arts and crafts.
Yeah.
In a town over from house. Like, that's the part of the country we live in. So
Yeah.
it hits a lot harder here than
Yeah.
maybe saying like, California or
Yeah.
like a Los Angeles. Like, there's Native Americans all over the place. But
Yeah, but like, yeah, I know.
like the part of the world, the part of America that we live in, is like the mecca of the 9 civilized tribes.
Yeah. And,
Like, so much so, we have a building downtown that is literally the 9 tribes building.
yeah. But moving on from the bad stuff, how about the good stuff? What's your best part, Jesse?
There's a couple. There's a couple here. Like, basically the entire Tao fight is awesome.
Yes, that's a great.
That's a great one. I do like the scenes where you get to kind of see Corrin being like, okay, I respect this kid. Like, it's fun to see someone who's kind of not like pessimistic about the world, like Corrin, because like you can tell he's like, people are stupid.
Yeah,
he kind of hates
humans are dumb, and I don't like humans.
Kind of hates Earth.
I've lived up here for millennia, and I've heard all of the excuses.
And I'm sure Roshi's not the only one who's made it to the top. He's just the only one who made it to the top who actually proved to be able to get it.
He's the only one who's made it to the top who Corrin respected enough to keep up there for more than 2 seconds before kicking him down to the bottom again.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's just like it's nice to see him also like the Goku effect happen to him. I guess that's kind of what I'm going to name it. It's like the Goku effect, where it's like you can be as pessimistic as they come, but at the end of the day, you meet Goku and he's just such an honest ray of sunshine, where you're just like, you can't stay pessimistic about everything forever when you have someone with such honor and humility and like the
optimism of himself.
Of not just himself but the world, like Goku
in
does.
himself, like he is like the optimist. He carries it. He's Optimus Prime. He carries it all.
Like,
inside of him.
I think one of the key scenes, this is probably the scene I'll pick, is the moment where like he's semi pretending to be asleep.
He's testing Goku.
Yeah, he's testing Goku with the sleep, and Goku like gets right up to it and he's like, no, I know, I want to win with honor. And Goku goes to lay down, and Corrin's like, oh, this kid's pretty cool.
Roshi didn't even do that.
What he legitimately says, like, the line is, I haven't been surprised in 600 years.
Yeah,
it's like, oh wow, like that's a great. I would say for some people probably an underrated great moment, but that's such a fun, awesome kind of character and world building moment where it's like, Corrin's a pessimist, and that's a bit of optimism that he gains there in that moment.
Yeah, and it feels great because Goku is great, and that you picked the moment I was going to pick.
You're gonna pick the moment.
I was gonna pick the Corrin testing moment. Was gonna be my best part.
It's a classic, like. Yeah, it's not an over-the-top amazing scene, but it's one of those classic character and world-building scenes that, like, some people, if you're just glazed over and here to watch fights, you'll miss it. But if you're kind of sitting here, like, analyzing it and paying attention to each little piece of dialogue, not trying to sound like a pretentious person, but it's like if you're just paying a little bit extra attention to, like, the world-building of a show, and those moments happen, you do take note of them. And it is a great little, 30-second moment.
Yeah, and so with you taking that part, I'm gonna take the part where, where it's Goku like using his brain a little bit, like Corrin's like, yeah, you're strong enough to beat me. You're fast enough to get up and down the tower now. All you need now is to like be a little bit smarter, you dummy. And Goku being like, what do you mean, dummy? I don't know what you're talking about. That can't affect me because I can't read.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, if I'm gonna do this as fast as possible, I should probably start being a little bit smarter. And it helps him immediately in the Tao fight, where like the opening stanza of the fight is Tao like going in for a punch, and Goku just like leaning backwards because he sees where it's coming from.
He bends it. That was a cool, like, that's a great way to open that fight. Where like it immediately sets up the fact of like this fight's about to be a whole lot different than the first one.
Yeah,
because not only is it like setting it up But if you remember the first fight, Goku charges in super angry, kind of blinded by rage.
Yeah, and
in
that's
this
what
moment-
Upa says. Is like, this feels like the same fight, but reversed, you know?
Yeah.
Because it is like, now
Tao is the one with rage.
and Goku
and
is
it's
the one
building
being
as it
kind of
goes.
calm. You know?
Calm, collected, thoughtful in
Yeah.
his approaches.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm going to pick that as my best part. It's just that, like, for some reason, looking at Roshi and Bulma doing yoga poses and, like, calisthenics taught Goku how to, like, be smart. And we're going to get past that because it's like, what? But the best part is him, like, mimicking Korin's movements and, like, finally, like, somehow, like, that unlocks it for him.
Get that third eye or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say.
And just having that makes it great for me. Like, him, like, being able to slow down a second and be smart about it.
Again, like, these aren't knock your socks off episodes, but they're great episodes for building all the characters within them and all like the knowledge of the characters.
And
within
it gives you a chance to show Goku, like, it, like, a lot of times it feels like in fighting shows, anime, shonen type shows, there's not all the time, but sometimes there are points where you just, like, the character wakes up the next day and is 1,000 times stronger than they were the day before. And it's like, where'd you get all this power from? And it's, you know, the joke is like, I trained for 6 minutes this morning and now I'm 20 times stronger than I was. And it's like, and sure, was it like most of one episode was all it took for Goku to, like, power creep, you know, like power up a little
But
bit?
that episode is stretched over like an extra 2 days.
Yeah,
2 or
but
3
yeah,
days.
in that episode, we passed, like, basically 3 full days. So, like, or like 2.5 days, because, like, the last episode was like the first half of the day. But yeah, like, Goku gets stronger. He climbs up the tower. He runs down and then back up the tower. He, you know, he's shown jumping all around using the after image times like 1,000,000, which we haven't seen him do before. You know.
Yeah.
He's getting stronger. He's getting faster, and then he gets smarter. He gets the water and goes down and kicks the crap out of Tao. Now let's see what happens when Tao gets the water in this next episode. And speaking of those next episodes, you can reach out to us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com with any suggestions, any info, anything you want to talk to us about. We'd love to hear from you. You can also follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok at Becoming Saiyans Pod.
We are trying to post there a little bit better,
Yep,
but
I've been slacking. I'm sorry. For the episode that came out last week, I recorded the bit that I was going to post on TikTok, and then for the week before that, I also recorded the bit I was going to post on TikTok, and I just haven't trimmed them down or posted them, so they're on my phone and they'll be going up sometime, hopefully before this episode goes out. Fingers crossed. And so hopefully that won't be a problem for you guys, but I am trying to keep it up, keep it posting over there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're not really posting videos over there, but we are posting the episode and the shorts that are going on TikTok and on Instagram as well.
it's an extra way to easily consume the content.
Yeah, it's easy. It makes it easier for you to, like, hear us and stuff. You can catch the snippets, and hoping that we can get it out there for more people. But until next week, I've been Truman,
And I've been Jesse.
and the journey continues.
Bye.